tell me boy your man booby. Him have to understand Juvila coffee. Whole island but I no Andrew this. Claim say she have a man I want have me kids. She reset a daily reminder say girl we kid. So me make sure me know say she know say Lyriii full of girl fi kill. Can't hold me out, can't ban the kid. She love ask questions. So me tell her say honey don't ask me that. Remember say me done saw me deep a past Jesus.
Blessed the people. Welcome back. You see me? So peeps, education is key. And let us not even for a second forget about that. Very, very important to have education to be able to function in today's world. But when you look at education, it can be viewed from many different directions and many different angles. You know what I mean? An educated person is not only a person who goes to the university and get them big degree and so on and so forth, and then come back and becomes big corporation managers and so on and so forth. The individual that never finished high school, but him gonna learn a trade and he is good at what he does. Whether I'm a mechanic, whether I'm a barber, whether I'm a carpenter, mason, whatever. Once he is good and competent in what he does, it means that he is educated in that field. Not because he never did go to university, doesn't mean say he's not educated. And I'm saying that to say this. Not everyone is going to fall under this system. Some persons are going to find different ways to become successful in life. Some persons are going to become self-employed. Some people are going to become entertainers. Not everyone is going to go through the school system. So people, you have this young artist, his name is Lyriii. Obviously, a little school youth, you know what I mean? Not sure of his age, but he is a very, very talented young entertainer. You get me, say people, yeah man, he is proof that there is still hope for dancehall music, you know what I mean? Yeah man, he is a natural talent, because if you listen to how little youth sing, you realize in melodies, in flow, him on point, him on key, and him a go on good. And the only reason why people gravitate to his music is because melody good and him lyrics them good. Even though the context some of the times might not be favorable to a lot of people because of the fact that he is a child. But you see, some of the times you have to allow the children to grow, and that is the reason why a lot of people say dancehall boring. I don't know go to dancehall, because the younger generation is not being allowed the opportunity to let their creativity flow. You know what I mean? Once them get a breakout and I think I go on for them, people always intervene and try to beat down them confidence. Tell them say they must sing the wrong music and they must sing the wrong this and they must sing the wrong that. As I know, I don't support crime and violence. I don't support them gunman lyrics, and I don't support the stupid music. But this little young man, they can see say him have a talent, you know what I mean? And you know say when people are be creative, some of the times it's like them a paint a picture because it's a work of art. Some of the times people will do like social commentary, because as a young man, certain things you see happen around you, you know, people will put it in a music. You are thinking from the perspective of things that you have seen around you, things that has been happening over the years, you know what I mean? Things where nobody can really go around. You see what I say? So that is how a lot of these young youths try to express themselves. But in some aspect, you know what I mean, parents will not allow them to express themselves in that way. You get me? So a lot of them do not get the opportunity to even record a song. You see what I say, people? So right away, them talent get squeezed this one. And when them get too old, it's like them find themselves with a lot of responsibilities now. Them can't focus on music, you know what I mean? And if you check the ratio of people, a lot of the successful entertainers overall have been performing and making music from they were children. If you look at Michael Jackson, he's been doing music since he was a kid. You get what I say? Him grow up at the music. So the greatest entertainers them been doing it from they were very young. Come to Jamaica, if you look at dancehall, Beenie Man doing music from he was a toddler, and Beenie Man are one of the biggest dancehall artists them. You get the say, people. So the thing said, whole heap of artists start to rise up when them very, very young. If you check reggae music, even Bob Marley them and most of the greats, all of them started as children. The difference now and then is that there's a medium now for these youths to get more recognition faster in quicker time. You get me I say? So the youths being creative and expressing themselves, I don't think that anyone should have a problem with that. You know what I mean? The issue with a lot of these youths lies in parenting. You know what I mean? This is where parenting comes in. The parent cannot just forget about their role as being a parent, you know what I mean, and start becoming a fan. Because if you have a child and you become a fan of the child and you forget your role as a parent, then there are going to be serious issues, because that child needs the guidance and the protection of a parent. Because whenever these young men get a breakout, you know, people from all walks of life start to target them. You know what I mean? Them young, them underage, you know, all kind of woman are go target them, scammer are go target them, people, opportunists are go target them, yes man and thief and criminal are go target them. Everybody are go try to come round and try to get a little bit of that glory there with them up. So them really need to have a proper parental guidance. And you know, say, as a child, you know, you can't be performing or doing certain things, especially to earn money. You know what I mean? Unless your parent is a part of it. And you have to remember, say, you have a thing with them child labor, so it can't be a thing which part a slave out the pitney because they are trying to earn some money. You know what I mean? You have to allow the youth to be creative and express themselves and grow in a music. That's what I say. And as a dancehall itself, we get back nice, because you have to allow the little youth them to be creative and to set them own platform in a music and grow. And when I check the ratio of people, you see, it's like a lot of persons in the system try to demonize dancehall music, you know what I mean? It's like they not create the avenue for dancehall music to remain alive, you know, and slash reggae music too. Where in Jamaica is there a community studio, you know what I mean, that has been built and is being funded by the system, you know what I mean? There should be a government constructed studio, because remember, you know, reggae / dancehall music is what boosts Jamaica's tourism economy. That is one of the things that keeps Jamaica afloat. Music. So even though there's music classes in school to a certain extent, there should also be recording studios where students who have that ability, that ambition, are given the opportunity to record their music, you know what I mean? And at that point, they will be under the proper coaching and guidance of persons who know the system and knows the strategies that it takes to get the best out of these young men. Then now you would be in a position to dictate the type of music that these young men will put out. But as it stands now, it will be very difficult for any system to dictate and determine what kind of music these young entertainers are going to release. You understand? And I'm saying, once there is proper parental guidance, somebody who is there to ensure that this young man knows that he's a child, and he should keep his music on a certain level, don't go overboard. You can be creative, but just don't go overboard and don't get too extra. You know what I mean? Don't take up the smoking and all of them something there. Don't take up the drinking and all of them something there. Remember, your brain still a develop. You don't want to get addicted and dependent on substance in order to boost you, in order for you to produce good music. Let it flow naturally. Don't tell yourself that you want to come run the place or run dancehall, or you need to have a big ganja spliff in your jaw corner to look cool and so on and so forth. It don't make no sense, you know what I mean? And that is where parenting steps in. If you're a parent, you know what I mean, and forget your role and look at my fun, and you see a man, I go buy the ganja and can't go give him, and buy the rum and can't go give him to drink, and them something there, and say an image. That does not cut it. That is bad influence. It is time now that Jamaican parents, you know what I mean, prove to others in the world that you can have a child that is a superstar and he or she is still your child. You still have control over he or she. You know what I mean? Now put out good music, them have fame, you put the necessary tools in place to protect them. Protect them to school, protect them from school, because at the end of the day, everybody are gonna know them, and you know, all of the school people are gonna flock them, and so on and so forth. You get me? I say outside people are gonna try to get picture. You know what I mean? It can always be like that. So you have to put the necessary mechanism in place to protect the youth and know, say, yeah, that's how it go. When that child becomes an adult, then that child I go understand how it is, and I'm gonna know how to grow a female youth. Because as I say, at this age, you know what I mean, puberty time, I want the youth then we get the most trouble to. You see what I say? So now at the time when a parent need to really step in and stabilize him ship and ensure say the youth not lose him way and find himself mixed up in all kind of things, because you are gonna have people come on with bad influence and people we're gonna try to tear down the youth them same way. You know what I mean? Man will come on and say them get protection with this. You know what I mean? And man will say them can this, and man will think them entitled to that, and all kind of things. You see what I say? But as a parent, you have to stand up and ensure say your youth is properly cared for and protected. You know what I mean? Because if your youth is not being properly cared for or protected, then you might find yourself in trouble with the law. So nothing is wrong with the young men doing their music, you know what I mean, getting them fame, entertaining people, nothing wrong with that, because as we say, that has always been happening. It's just that now the age of social media, you think kind of blow up easier. And as I say, in every couple generation or every couple decade or so, you always find an entertainer like this rise up, you know. You know what I mean? Young youths always sing and post songs, but everybody have that level of talent, and everybody chosen for reach on certain pedestal. You get me? I say, but if you can check back to as far as Alkaline, you know what I mean? A whole heap of other entertainers, you have Shea now them. Whole heap of other entertainers start off from the school days. You know, you have that of them. You see what I say? Whole heap of them start off with that. Me say, the issue with a lot of these young entertainers, and the reason why some of them lose them way, is because of parenting, you know what I mean? Once the proper guidance is not there, then the possibilities are they will end up losing their way, hence self-destructing. And that is what you really do not want. Is the master people? But as I said prior to now, I believe the government should put some things in place to ensure that the young talents have the opportunity to express themselves in a creative way. You know what I mean? Build a community studio, you know what I mean? Build some government studio, and you know what I mean, and get some producers in the studio and pay them. Spend some money upon that. And chances are that is one of the avenues through which the crime rate can go down. You get me? I say, because enough of the youth them, instead of taking out their frustration and anger on other people, you know what I mean, they will take out them frustration and them anger on the microphone, through the microphone, you know what I mean, and chances are making it music. You see what I say, people? Not saying that will solve the crime problem, but that will create avenue for a lot of these young entertainers to be earning some revenue for themselves. Hence, a man who go thief something, you know what I mean, no need to thief it because he can earn something. You see what I say, people? So it's a thing where the government really need to look on. A lot of persons are always be saying, build some community center, you them play football and so on and so forth, which is good because sports is a way that a lot of ghetto youths get themselves out of the struggle and the pressure, is what I say. But don't forget, music is another tool, you know what I mean, that the ghetto youths use to take themselves out of poverty and make themselves into millionaires. There are so many examples of entertainers who rise up from out of nothing at all, and they have created generational wealth for their entire future generation to come. You get to master people. So that's how the thing go. You have to start off all the way up there, but at the end of the day, you can start from scratch and reach somewhere. You see what I say? So I hope that my few words have not been misunderstood. You get master people, but that is just my bit as it relates to that young entertainer and my words of advice. You can leave your reviews in the comment section, as also you can like, subscribe and share. Peace.